Foods that I avoid for postpartum weight loss as a dietitian, lactation counselor, and mom of three. This isn't about restriction, but it is about awareness with how certain foods and things respond to our body, especially when we are pregnant, postpartum, breastfeeding. So if you're new here, hey there, I'm Brooke. I'm a registered dietitian, lactation counselor, mom of three, and I've helped thousands of moms reach their healthiest weight and feel like themselves again without sacrificing their milk supply or their favorite foods. And on my channel, I make postpartum nutrition breastfeeding less complicated so you can see results. I do post new videos every Tuesday, so make sure that you hit that bell notification so that you can be notified whenever there's a new video and hit that thumbs up button. So let's first just dive into some foods and things that I tend to avoid as a dietitian, things that are not really giving any benefits to our body. And this does not mean that you should never, ever, ever touch this for the rest of your life. These are all things that I would recommend trying to limit or not buy on a everyday basis at the grocery store. So first thing I would recommend really keeping an eye on are those sugary drinks. So I don't drink regular soda. I do love an occasional Diet Coke, although that's still not great for us because just like the aspartame and stuff in that is not good for our guts. Even recommend cutting down even diet soda. But those high sugary coffee drinks, I know so many moms are just like going to Starbucks first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, and then they're drinking a coffee drink that has like 30 or 40 grams of sugar. Then their blood sugar spikes, then it crashes, and then they wonder why they have cravings and they have energy crashes and mood swings and all the things. That's what sugary drinks do for you. The other thing is, sugary drinks are often not nutrient dense. Like they're not also giving you protein or fiber or vitamins or minerals. If you're just drinking soda, it's kind of like just giving your body like a shot of sugar without anything else. And that's why when we're at least eating some foods that have sugar in it, if the foods have protein or fiber, it's going to prevent that drastic blood sugar dip and crash from happening. So those are some things that I would definitely try to limit or avoid. If you love, let's say, iced coffee and you normally get some flavorings in there, something that you can do as a first step is when you order it, just order it half sweet. It's so easy to do. Just order it half sweet next time. You will probably find that it's actually sweet enough for you. And you may just find that you need to drink it a few times to kind of get your taste buds accumulated. But I can just go to a coffee shop and get just a plain iced coffee with just some half and half or cream and be totally fine. Sometimes I'll put like one pump of syrup in. It kind of depends on like what flavor it is and if I'm in the mood for that. But you can definitely do a much lower sugar coffee drink if you like that. Something else I don't drink, I don't recommend, especially while breastfeeding, are energy drinks. A lot of energy drinks are adding in additional supplements that are just not safe while breastfeeding. So if you're breastfeeding, definitely would encourage you to completely stop energy drinks. Again, you can have the coffee, but just try to limit or reduce the sugar in there. Something else I would not recommend if you are postpartum and you're trying to lose weight, like choosing the low protein or low fiber diet food options, especially the ones that don't taste good, because they're not going to keep you full or satisfied. They're just going to keep you like wanting to eat more and more food. Some of the fat-free products, they remove the fat, but then they add in tons of additives and added sugar and all these other things to try to make the consistency and flavor good. So with anything that's low fat or non-fat, just double check the label and see how many ingredients there are. So for instance, cottage cheese. Sometimes if you find like a non-fat cottage cheese, depending on the brand, the ingredient list just triples because they've removed the fat that's naturally there and they've added in all these additives. But that's not to say that you can't find a low-fat cottage cheese. That's great. So I love the Good Culture brand of cottage cheese. That one's technically low fat, but it's still great. They're not adding all of these, additional additives. When it comes to low fat or fat-free salad dressings or options, it's really just more important to look at the ingredients and see what are they filling the ingredients with. So in terms of like salad dressings or anything like that, Primal Kitchen is a great brand to choose from. They taste good. They're gluten-free, which I need, having celiac disease. When it comes to like dressings and stuff, we can kind of look through the ingredient list and look for ones that, again, you can choose some low fat and non-fat, but just be careful about which ones you're choosing. Some things that I do not buy in my house: don't buy margarine. I don't eat margarine. We buy real grass-fed butter. I don't buy any oils in my house except for olive oil and avocado oil. So those are the only ones that I'm cooking and using in my house. And they will add like canola oil or all of these other things. I do not buy those oils. That's not to say that I've never eaten food or don't ever eat food with those oils in it. And especially when we're at home, we have control over like the oils that we're cooking with and the things that we're using. So definitely would avoid margarine and some of those other seed oils. Honestly, if you have grass-fed butter, olive oil, and avocado oil, that's all you need at home for cooking. Also want to limit foods that drain our energy. Things like that are super highly processed foods. Again, a lot of these are going to be so high in carbs. They're going to be low in fiber, really high in fats, but not omega-3 fatty acids. And they tend to be low in protein. We're just not going to physically feel good. So not to say that we should never eat fast food or processed food. It's just really looking at the percentage of the foods that we're eating that are like that and trying to make those as more of an occasional thing, not these are in my grocery cart all the time and I'm eating all of these foods every day. Definitely limiting or avoiding alcohol. It's going to slow down your weight goals. It's going to slow down just your body and brain functioning. I mean, alcohol is a toxin. There's really no benefits to drinking alcohol. So not to say that you can never have a glass of red wine if that's something you enjoy, but we really want to limit alcohol, especially if you're trying to lose weight. The less alcohol, the better when it comes to weight loss. Some things that I would recommend increasing, now that we've talked about some things that we should be decreasing, just some things that we can increase in our household when it comes to healthy snacks, healthy meals, is really making sure that we have enough high protein things on hand. So I always have Greek yogurt and cottage cheese, eggs. I like the beef jerky, beef sticks. Those are kind of always in my house as high protein options, trail mix, nut butters, that kind of thing. We also always have fresh fruit available, fresh berries. So I can easily pair those. I usually keep salad kits or some sort of greens on hand so that they're just ready to go for a side. I love side salads. They just make a quick and easy side for lunch or dinner. But we even love things like broccoli and Brussels sprouts. You can just throw those in the air fryer and they're really easy with just some avocado oil. They're really easy to make. And then sheet pan meals, a huge fan of sheet pan meals. You can literally pick any protein and then you can throw on like sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, or just vegetables on there. And then you can pair it with something like a rice and quinoa mix and you can do a microwavable one. So those are just some things that we tend to keep in our house at all times. It is funny because you definitely tell who does the grocery shopping. When my husband comes back from the grocery store, it's like, we'll have Oreos and chips and stuff like that. And I'm not telling him like, hey, we can never have this in our house. It's just one of those things that I'm not going to typically buy those things. But if they're in our house, sometimes I'll have some chips. Sometimes I'll have some gluten-free Oreos, but it doesn't mean that that is something that is a very common thing that we are typically ordering. And then usually when I'm coming back from the grocery store, it's definitely more of the fruits, more of the vegetables, the hummus, the guac, the fresh fruit, the fresh vegetables, the eggs, the meat, all of that. There are some really great frozen chicken options too. I'm a huge fan of like the Real Good chicken brands, and they have like chicken patties. You can make them into sandwiches, or they have like chicken tenders that you can throw in the air fryer. Those are really good. Chicken sausage. Those are just really quick and easy, convenient lunches. So those are definitely some things that I would recommend having on hand. It's going to make your health goals so much easier to attain. And you have quick and easy options that are readily available that are not going to take you a ton of time or a ton of energy. So definitely make sure that you have plenty of those options on hand. And then, if you can just reduce the amount of some of those other things that you're buying or keeping in the house or getting or making some of those things that we talked about, special event versus a regular occurrence, you're going to feel a lot better. And you will notice that it will be a lot easier for you to hit all of your health goals. When you take action on what you've learned today, be sure to come back to this video, share your results in the comments below because I want to cheer you on, and make sure to hit that subscribe button and that bell notification so you can be notified whenever there's a new video. Be sure to come hang out with me over on Instagram at Nutrition for Mamas. And if you want to learn more about my programs or how to work with me, check out that free class below. That's a great resource. I'll walk you through my 3-step system that I use with my postpartum clients. And when you attend class, you'll also get some of my favorite freebie downloads when it comes to healthy snacks and no prep nutrition ideas. So you definitely want to attend that free class if you haven't yet. And I will see you next week.